Hey there, how are you today? My name is Dana Damara, and you have landed on Astrocast. This is your weekly forecast from April 15th through the 21st. So, this is absolutely a weekly forecast. However, I need you to know that there is one overarching, absolutely powerful transit that is happening at the end of this week that we all need to know about and be aware of, and that is Jupiter and Uranus conjunct one another. Now, just to give you some perspective, Jupiter and Uranus only come together about every 14 years, okay? The last time they were in Taurus together, which is where they're going to be this time, was in 1941. So we're talking an 83-year transit. So to give you a little perspective, okay, Jupiter is a planet of expansion, wisdom, knowledge, information, good luck, fortune. Now, on the other end of Jupiter, it's over exaggeration, over inflation, making things a little too big. So remember, planets always have two sides to them, as we all do, right? We all have a dark and a light, and planets are the same way. Uranus is the planet of inspiration, of higher mind thinking, of liberation, of wanting to break free. Okay, so these two planets, when they come together, it offers up an energy of um, expansion of your awareness around what it is that you really desire, what you can really create. And it will also create an energy that will break you free from whatever it is that's holding you back. Now, these two planets have been moving together for quite some time, and they were pretty intense, pretty close around the solar eclipse. So if you think about the solar eclipse, where you were, and not where you were physically, right, but where you were in your headspace. Remember that Mercury went into retrograde around that time, but now Mercury is starting to move. It hit Cazimi, which means Mercury and the sun came together. So we're headed toward a closing of the retrograde cycle, sort of. Okay, so Mercury will go direct. Stay with me. Mercury will go direct around the 25th, but it will still be in its shadow stage until May. Okay, so all this energy combined, like April has been one of the most powerful months regarding transits. We have had some really inspiring, earth-shaking energy that is asking us to take inspired action. Okay. And as we move closer and closer toward Jupiter and Uranus coming together, our energy is going to shift from low vibration to a higher vibration. Now, I want to say that with like the complete utmost belief, because I believe it. And at the same time, like you have to be a player in the game, right? So if we are continuing to focus on the past or the things that we didn't do or the things that we could have done or um, other people's energy and what's going on with other people and other things around us, this energy won't lock in. Okay, so your job, our job, when we are experiencing a transit like this, is to keep um, our intentions clear, our energy clean. And again, this isn't to say to bypass anything that's going on. It's not to like take on an ostrich effect where we're burying our head in the sand and ignoring what's going on. And at the same time, it's about focusing on the positive. It's focusing on, Jupiter is optimism, Jupiter is wealth, Jupiter is expansion, Jupiter is fortune, it's good luck. It's Jupiter wants you to experience the life that you were designed to live. And if we're focused on the past, or if we're focused on lack or what we don't have, or the strife that's going on in the world, we can't experience that feeling. I think about, this is going to sound funny, but I think about, I think the movie was Finding Nemo when the turtles were all in the stream. They were all in that jet stream, and they were all just kind of cruising along, loving life. And, you know, the one turtle came out and asked Nemo, "What are you doing? Why don't you get in the stream of life?" It's like that. This energy is like that. And this energy will last through the beginning of May. Um, so we have this epic energy to work with. So, how we want to work with it is ask yourself, what shifts do I want to make in my life? Or maybe what shifts have I been thinking about making in my life, but I haven't had enough um, courage to step into it, because Mars is also pretty active with Jupiter as well. It sextiles Jupiter. So when we actually take that, that leap, that courageous, like, this is what I want, I desire this, anything that we start to focus on will co-create, as long as it's aligned, not with, it's got to be aligned with our heart. It's got to be aligned with pure intentions and motives. Okay, so let's just keep that in mind. Um, the other thing is that I want to make sure I quote this right. Yes, Jupiter also sextiles Mars, and Jupiter sextiles Saturn. So remember, Mars and Saturn are really close together, and Mars is the initiator. Saturn makes things real. So if you have Jupiter and Uranus in this close conjunction to each other, they're conniving to bring to you what you desire and break you free from your past. And then you have Mars and Saturn really close together, sextiling. Sextile is a very harmonious aspect. Mars is like, go on and go, get into the stream. Saturn is like, do it because we'll make it real. So I think a big piece of this is having a sense of courage to take that leap into what you desire, and then trusting that it's going to work out, right? So if you're aligned with your heart, if your intentions are pure, if you are focused on something other than yourself, right? If there is this energy of pure, authentic desire, and you put these things into action, whatever it is, whether it's finances, a job, environment, relationship, right? And you really truly let go of the past with grace and gratitude and a sense of, that's over and done, and I can't do anything more. And so I'm going to just move forward into what it is that I desire. It will come rushing through you. Now, keep in mind, Jupiter and Uranus are also in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is all about home and hearth and well-being and pleasure and beauty, and it's very earthy. So this is an energy that is really asking us all to ground into what we desire, and honestly not be so distracted with anything else that's going on outside of us. So every 14 years, this only happens every 14 years. This is not something that happens on a regular basis, right? We have almost an entire month to work with this energy, okay? And remember, the last time they came together was in 1941, okay? So as we move into this energy, know that, something may not shift immediately for you. It's not like you make the wish and say the prayer and then it shows up. Sometimes it is. It's that energy of faith that things are working out perfectly. You are aligned with your purpose. You are in right relationship with your past. You are in right relationship with your present mind. You are clear and concise with your words and your thoughts and your actions. That's how to use this energy. It's really powerful. And again, if you think about wherever you were mentally, emotionally, physically, around the solar eclipse, like what was going on for you, if, excuse me, if you were experiencing, say, things falling away, or maybe some negativity, something going on in your life that you had to deal with, okay? If you can frame your thoughts around that as, okay, that was the clearing. Now, what is it that I desire? Right? And I think we can do that anytime. regardless of what's going on in the world or in the skies. But this energy in particular is beautiful to work with. So I hope this has helped you, and I really hope that this week you take some time to sit with your true desires and what it is that you can let go of with grace, with gratitude. And then where do you want to go? And just take that step. Be that little, if you haven't seen the movie, be that little turtle that just like jumps back into the stream and just flows with the stream of life. It's a real thing. So I want to say thank you so much for listening. It's such a pleasure. I love looking up at the sky. I feel like when I look at the sky, that's when things make sense. So if you want me to read your chart and you want to see how your chart kind of aligns with what's going on in this moment in time, please feel free to reach out. You can find me at danadamara.com. Thank you so much. You guys have such a beautiful day. Namaste.